In this lecture, we will cover the some remaining portions of the basics of field effect transistors. So, metal semiconductor field effect transistors (MESFET) is the first part of the lecture, and then we will continue our lecture on the DC analysis, starting with the introduction of the chapter, and then different type of biasing in DC analysis we will discuss in this lecture. So CLO uh, 1, 2 and 3 we will target in this lecture. We are starting with the discussion on the N channel MOSFETs, metal semiconductor field effect transistors. Here the metal we are adding, and gate terminal is connected to the metal. In this case we are using tungsten, and here the base of the device is different from the other semiconductor devices like the MOSFETs and GFETs. Here gallium arsenide, which have the edge over the other semiconductor materials, and due to this gallium arsenide, the speed of the devices is high as compared to the other devices which are based on the other semiconductor materials. And similarly, two highly doped n-type materials are concentrated, which make the terminal drain and the source, and there is relatively light doped n-type region is acting as the channel between the drain and the source. Also, the absence of insulating layer, the distance between the metal contact of the gate and the semiconductor layer is thin, is less than the as compared to the previous MOSFET case. So this lower level make the spray capacitance in between the two surfaces, and result due to this effect, low capacitance level reduce the sensitivity to the high frequencies, and this effect also support the high mobility of carriers in the gallium arsenide material. So this thing make the difference between the MOSFET and the MESFET, because there is insulating between the gate and the channel, and in this case there is a conductor between the gate and the channel, and this effect is dual a Schottky barrier. This Schottky barriers is the main reason due to this make the difference between the MOSFET and the MESFETs. For example, if we apply some negative potential here, then due to the metal which is the contact on the channel will attract the free negative carriers in the channels to the metal surface. So in this case, there is number of free carriers in the channel is reducing, and this reduce the drain current, and this effect is shown in the graph. And this effect can be reduced by increasing the voltage more positive. For example, if we apply some zero potential here at the gate, then uh, there is no attraction of the free carriers of the channel, and the current is relatively high as compared to when we apply the some negative potential. And similarly, if we increase the voltage as a positive, then then the then the current is also increasing with the same effect of the Schottky barrier. For the positive voltage at the gate, additional electrons will be attracted into the channel, and the current is definitely increased due to these free carriers. So this is the symbolically representation of the n-channel MOSFETs, metals and magnetic field effect transistors. In this case, the this width is representing the channel which is more thick as compared to the other terminals of the MOSFET, like the drain and the source. So gate is connected to this thick portion which is representing the N channel MOSFET. N is represented through the this is arrow, and this arrow representing the conventional flow of the carriers. And this is the biasing circuit, and by applying the variable potential between the gate and the source, we can change the value of the current between the drain and the source with high speed, because field effect or transistors are operated with high frequencies. And so in the latest technology, when we are talking about the high speed devices, then MOSFET and the MOSFETs are the most preference in the low power devices as well as in the high powered devices. And this battery supply the current between the drain and the source. So as compared to this, when we are talking about the enhancement n type n channel MOSFET, so in this case construction is just like the same, but there is no channel which is slightly doped in the last n type MOSFET and the depletion type. But in enhancement there is no channel at the time being, and we can develop and enhance the channel by applying the potential and the biasing circuits as shown in the last slides. And the symbolically representation is slightly different, because in this case drain, source or gate are connected with the terminals of the device, and this channel width is like the normal representation, like the drain terminals and the source terminals, and this arrow representing the n type enhancement MOSFET. So after covering the basic constructions and the basic biasing circuit and the symbolically representation, let's go through the summary of the whole chapter. And we are starting with the GFETs. So first part of the table representing the type of the FET, and the second part representing the table and some fundamental relations which are applicable on the concerned device, and third portion representing the transfer curves, and the last part representing the input impedance which is relatively high as compared to the BJT based technology and the devices, and also the capacitance, because when we are talking about this high speed devices, then the stray capacitance is the more dominant effect. So first is the n channel GFET. Usually we discuss only the n channel, so this is the preferable. And is the normal mode of operations uh, gate current is 0. In this case, gate current is 0, and the drain current and the source current is the same, and IDSS maximum current at the specific values of the uh, VGS, which is 0, which is given, and the pinch of voltage for the device is also given in the data sheet or in the problem. So current relation, which is the controlled parameter for this device, is controlled through the voltage, which is the VGS, and due to the scale term, and this is the nonlinear effect. When we change the voltage, this is effect, and extensively we discussed in the last lectures. So this is the transfer curve. So in the transfer curve, we see that this is the between the VGS control parameter and the controlled parameter ID. This is the control parameter current, and we are seeing here that when VGS 0, then there is some maximum current flowing through the device and through the diode. So we are talking about the conventional current, and n-type carriers are flowing from the source toward the drain, and this is the maximum current at the 0 for this n-channel JFET. And when we uh, take the VGS is equal to the pinch of voltage, then current is definitely minimum or equal to 0. So this is the another point. So between these 2 points we can draw the effect, which is nonlinear due to this scale term, because when we are talking about the voltage between the gain and source to the half of the pinch of voltage, then if we put here, if we put, and this type of calculation is extensively used in the DC analysis also, when VGS is equal to VP by 2, then 1 minus half is the half, and square of the half is the quarter, so current is the quarter. And similarly, when the VGS is 0.3 of the maximum value of the pinch of voltage, and then the current is half, and this is definitely can be derived easily. And it means we can operate this device between the 0 and the pinch of voltage, which is given in the data sheet. And definitely input impedance is relatively high, which is 100 megas and so on, and the capacitance values are the 1 to 10 picofarad. So next device is the MOSFET, which is the depletion type. So in depletion type, there is a in the fabrication on the some substrate, there are channel which are representing by this solid line, and operating conditions are the IG0 of the gate current, and the current through the drain and the source almost is equal. And again in this case, IDSS maximum value of the current through the drain is also given, and the pinch of voltage is also given, and the controlled parameter is the current. We are controlling the current of drain by using the voltage at the gate, between the gate and the source, and there is nonlinear effect, and this is the Shockley equations representing the relation between the voltage control parameter and the control meter current. So this depletion type MOSFET is working in the depletion mode. This is the depletion mode, which is due to the construction of the channel, and it can also, the effect is also can be enhanced by using the some positive potentials. For example, so this is the same discussion as we discussed in the n channel JFET. So this thing make the difference between the depletion type n channel MOSFET and the n channel JFET, and this enhancement mode can be achieved through when we apply some positive potential, and the upper limit of the positive potentials is also given. So in short, we can say in this type of device, which is the depletion type of n-channel MOSFET, is working between the VP, which is some negative value due to the and this is effect is also this is in the fabrication, between the VP and some positive potential, and the upper limit of the VGS is also given in the data sheet. So in the last case, we are operating this device between n channel JFET between the 0 and the VP, which is the negative value. And due to the enhancement mode, this is working with some positive value to the some negative, which is the some minimum value, which is the VP. And again in this case, this thing make the most dominant that the resistance or impedance of the input terminals is very high relative to the n-channel JFET, and it is due to the dielectric effect of the silicon dioxide. And again this is the capacitance effect, which is already here for the FET based devices. And next is the enhancement type channel, and this channel have the same operating conditions that we can see that IG is 0, and this is operating due to the current is 0 because there is an insulating layers between the depletion and between the enhancement channel and the gate terminals, which are the some conductors. And similarly drain current and the source current is flow, but the given parameters are the threshold volt, which is the minimum value of the applying potential of VGS, which is the VT. It is equal to the VGS at some threshold, and this is the some minimum potential required uh, to make the free carriers in the time being of the channel. And in this case, relation between the controlled parameter and the control parameter is different, because here is some coefficient, which is the ratio of the current and the voltage difference between voltage of the VGS in saturation and the threshold, and the square of this term, and this is the ratio. And this nonlinear relation can be verified through the characteristics of the enhancement time n-channel MOSFET, that again in this case input impedance is, and there is nonlinear relation, and this is the minimum potentials, positive potentials required for to operate or to make the free carriers for the channel, which is not already developed, but it is at the time being it is developing. And this is the some maximum value through which the current is the some saturation current. And also in this case, enhancement type MOSFET and n channel is operated with the positive values of VGS. So this thing is make the more different and more prominent from the depletion type MOSFET, and it is only working in the enhancement, and in this enhancement can be developed after when we apply the voltage after the threshold voltage. And between the 0 and the threshold voltage there is no channel, so there is no current is flowing through the device. So next is the MOSFET, which is we study in the last, and the characteristics is covered there is a depletion type MOSFET. Now we are talking about only the n type n channels. So operating conditions are again current IG is 0, and drain current is flowing through the device, and controlled parameters are discussed with the control parameter VGS is like the same relations and like the JFETs and the MOSFETs. But the characteristics and the similar to the JFETs, and same this type of the discussion. But this thing is notice here that input impedance is relatively very high as compared to the previous devices, and this thing make the more stable device for the noise cancelling and for the amplification factor, for the impedance matching and so on, which will be discussed in the electronics too extensively, which is not the part of electronic devices and circuits. And there is the capacitance effect, and also this capacitance effect, and similarly next one is the enhancement, and enhancement is as we discussed is operated with the positive values at the gate. With the negative values of the gate is there is less current from this one. And again this there is a no there is again difference between the depletion and the enhancement is only the channel. So enhancement MOSFET and the MOSFET both have the same relations to describe the control and the controlled parameters. And here this coefficient k is again defined here, and these are the electrical characteristics, electrical parameter characteristics, that impedance is very high and the capacitance is relatively low as compared to the MOSFETs, because there is in the MOSFETs there is a layer between the channel and the gate is some dielectric, which is some insulator. But in the MOSFET there is no gap. The thickness between the gate terminals and the channel is less, so this makes the spray capacitance value is less, and it will be helpful for the high frequency devices. So next portion of the lecture is starting with the discussion of the FET biasing, and in this we will start with the discussion on the JFETs and different of the biasing, like the fixed bias and self bias and voltage dividers. As you already covered in chapter 4, different type of biasing, same type of biasing will be applicable here, but the characteristics of the device is definitely we will use the effect as we study in the last 2-3 slides, and like the fixed bias, self bias and the voltage divider bias. And for the depletion type MOSFETs, we discuss the some type of biasing like the self bias and the voltage bias. And enhancement type MOSFETs, like the feedback configurations and the voltage divider biased, and this will definitely cover extensively. So this type of mathematical summary is applicable in the analysis part of the FET biasing, that current is approximate 0 for the gate terminals, and the drain current and source terminal currents are the same, and for GFETs and the MOSFETs, depletion type MOSFETs, this relation is applicable, that current, which is diode current, which is the control parameter, and the VGS, which is the control parameter. And for enhancement MOSFET and MOSFETs, this relation is applicable, and we will slightly apply these relations in the last chapter. We will extensively apply these relations to find to discuss the FET biasing in this. So this is the first one is the fixed biased configurations, and symbolically representing shows that this is the N channel JFETs. And because we are talking about the DC analysis, so capacitor C1 and C2 are open for DC analysis, and also it is shown that, and effect of this resistance is uh, is different for AC analysis, which will be the chapter 8 maybe covered in the next course. And in the DC analysis, this effect is in the last lectures we already discussed that the current of the gate terminals is always zero, approximate to zero. So voltage across this resistance, because there is no current and the terminals are open, like there is no connection between this input and the output unless there is some fluctuations. So in the DC analysis, this C1 is open, and similarly output effect on of this DC biasing, these type of biasing have the no effect on the input terminals and the output terminals. Actually, these capacitor C1 and C2 coupling capacitor are isolating this portion of the circuit. So in this case, current in this terminal is zero, and because when we apply the Ohm's law, current multiply the resistance, so voltage drop across this resistance is zero. And this is very interesting case, that this terminal this terminal have the no current, and it is uh, we are applying some biasing voltage here, but actually this terminal effect is in DC analysis is like this gate is connected to the source terminals, and this is very important effect uh, for the DC analysis. So these are the important results, and we are using here that current in the gate terminal is zero, so voltage drop across the resistance is zero. So we just replace that resistance by the short circuit for the DC analysis purpose. Actually there is a resistance for the AC circuits, but for the DC analysis circuits we can replace with some short circuit. Okay, next, so if we apply KVL in this loop, for example, plus VGG plus VGS is equal to 0. If we apply this loop, then we find this relation, and definitely this thing shows that VGS is equal to this one, and we see with the characteristics that when we apply some negative voltage, we can control this gate to source by the variation of this voltage. And next, if we apply, there is, okay, again this source is directly connected with the ground, and voltage drop between the drain and the source is VDS. This is the VDS, and this is positive terminal and negative terminal, and actually this source can be represented by simply this one. This is this is VDD with positive and negative. If we apply KVL in this loop, so what we find here, just I am applying minus VDS, because current is flowing in this direction, so it is some negative of voltage drop across the RD, ID, RD. This is the voltage drop across the VD, and plus VDD. So what is equal to 0? So what is VDS? It is equal to VDD minus ID RD, and this is the important relations. So these are the two important results. One is voltage across the gate, and other is the voltage between the drain and the source. So because source is directly connected with the ground, so this is equal to this one. And what is VDS? Actually VDS is VDS VDS is equal to VD minus VS. Because VS is 0, it is directly connected, so it is equal to VD. So this is the important. Another results. So next one is the VGS. What is VGS? It is equal to VG minus VS, because VS is 0, so it is equal to this one. So these are the important results we are using here. Definitely these results are not given in the exam, but you should drive from the circuit. It is just simple KVL. It is just one problem out of the linear circuit analysis course. And this circuit, it is for the DC analysis. And because this battery, which is the VGG, it is not a variable if it is a fixed, as in the DC analysis. This is some fixed value of the voltage across the gate and source. So this is the fixed bias configurations. And similarly, behavior of the device can be described through this relation uh, by using some controlled parameter. So this is the Shockley equations representation, and behavior of the device is can be seen through this blue line, and these are the extreme points of the maximum current, which is at VGS 0, and this is the extreme voltage we can apply, which is the pinch of voltage. It is a VGS with some negative value as shown in the circuits that we are applying some negative battery. And this relation, when there is voltage we are applying half to the pinch of voltage, then we have some quarter currents. And these type of solutions of current and the other parameters can be found through the graphically representations. That if we find that we are operating at VGS equal to some fixed value of minus VGG, so this vertical line is intersecting this point. This is the something which is the Q point as described in BJT type devices. This is the Q point. This is the quotient as operating point. Uh, with the application of this fixed values of the resistors, batteries, we are actually operating the device at this point without any noise or without any disturbance. But stability of the devices are not so much, so this point is maybe some variable, but anyhow it is not our discussion. And correspondingly we can find the current of that one. This is the current at drain current at that corresponding point, which is a quotient point. And if we find the current, we can definitely find the VDS, which is the it is unknown parameter. Actually we derived in the last lesson that it is equal to VDD minus ID RD. RD is given again, and ID can be found through this graphically or some numerically as we find. And this is the first parameter. And similarly, as we see that in the fixed biased configuration, that Vs is equal to 0, and similarly other parameter was the Vd is equal to Vds. It is the drain voltage, and similarly Vg is equal to the Vgs. So these are the parameters which are already described uh, in the last portion. So Q point which is discussed here, that this is the extreme points, and for example this is the Q point. and corresponding these Q point correspondings can be directly found by using the ammeter and the voltmeter, and this drain current can be found through the ammeter, which is are connected in series, and the voltage across the gate and the source terminal directly through this one. If we find, so there are actually two methods. Actually we can clear these situations through the some examples, and this current can be find through this one, and as graphically way as well as some numerical situations, and similarly VGS at that Q point we can describe, and it definitely it will be more clear when we use some numerical example. So this is a first problem. In this case VDD is 16 volt. Actually we can even represent by some DC source. It is a fixed values of 6 volt, and this is 1 mega ohm resistance, and this is have the no effect for the DC analysis point of view. And similarly value of the RD, this is RG and this is RD, is 2 kilo, and given data for this situation is the maximum saturation current, so the drain is 10 milliampere and the pinch of voltage is -8 is given, and we are applying here -2 volt across the gate terminal with respect to the source. So what are the parameters of, like we want to find the values of the VGS at the given situation, which is the operating point. It means we are talking about the Q point. It means we are this Q point is the when we are using the given values of the circuit, then we are finding we are operating that device with the some Q point. This may be on lies on the load line, maybe sometime it is out of the load line, but definitely this is the Q point. And next is the drain current, and next is the VDS, and next is the drain voltage, and next is the gate voltage, and next is the source voltage. And a few things are definitely clear. For example, for example Vs is 0 volt because it is directly connected to this one, and Vg is equal to the VGS, which is equal to the Vg because Vs is 0. So if we find the VGS, definitely it is the Vg. And next is the Vd, which is equal to VDS, and because Vs is 0 again, if we find the VDS value, then definitely it is the VDS. So first of all, what is the number one, what is the VGS? If we apply the KVL in this case and voltage drop across RG is 0, it is 0 volt across the resistor, then voltage across the gate and the source is equal to the minus VGG, which is equal to the -2 volt. So actually if there is some load line and this is the maximum current, it is 10 milliampere, and this is the -8 volt, and this is the behavior of the device, and actually we are operating here at -2 volt, and this is the VGS axis. And next is the current. How to find the current? Actually we have Stokely equation. It is equal to the diode current is equal to the maximum value of the current 1 minus VGS over VP whole square. because all values are given. For example, it is 10 milli, and it is 1 minus minus 2 over minus 8 and the whole square. If we definitely calculate these values, it is equal to the it is equal to 5.625 milliamperes. Actually, it is equal to 10 milli 1 minus 1 by 4 whole square, and definitely we can find these values. So this is the point, and next we will find the value of the VDS. So up to now we have the value of the VGS, which is equal to minus 2, and in this case we have that this is equal to minus 2 volt, and we find current at this Q point is 5.625 milliampere. And how to find the VDS? Again, this is the loop, this is VDD, this is VDD, which is 16 volt. If we apply some KVL here, then we find, no, it is the C part, so VDS is equal to VDD minus ID RD, and at Q point, if we already find, it is 16 minus 5.625 milli times the 2 kilo will cancel out with this one, and we find that it is equal to like 11 volt. So it is 11 volt. So VDS is the 11 volt. So what is VDS? Actually, VDS is equal to 11 volt, and VD is equal to the VDS, because VS is 0, so it is again 11 volt. And what is the VGS and what is VG? It is equal to the VGS, because VS is 0, so again it is minus 2 volt. And similarly, last point VS, as we see that if it is directly connected with the ground, then it is 0. So this is the numerical way, or mathematically we can find the Q point discussion and the current through the diode and the other parameters. So next, how to find this is graphically. So again, fixed biased configuration, and we have to find these values as we discussed in the last portion, and the same values can be found through the graphical approach. As the behavior of the device is given, and this is the maximum value of the current at voltage 0, VGS is 0, and this is the minimum voltage we can apply. This is the pinch off voltage, and we are operating this device at VGS is equal to minus VG minus 2 volt. So if we draw the vertical line, then this is the Q point, and correspondingly we can find the value which is approximate. Even we can approximate this current, which is apparently it is 5.5, but we know actually value, so it is 5.6 milliampere. So how to find these values by using this graph? When we are talking about the VGS, it is equal to the minus VGD. It is the biasing battery across the gate, it is minus 2 volt. It is given in the graph. And similarly, we can find the current, and current, so B part, this B part can be discussed by using the same relation. This is 10 milliampere, and again 1 minus 2 over minus 8 whole square, and if we find it is 5.6 milliampere. So we can find easily this 5.6. And similarly, what is VDS? So VDS is equal to, so no, next is the VDS. It is equal to VDD minus ID RD. So it is, so minimum voltage we are applying here. So so this VDD is given, so it is 6 minus 5.6. Again we can find through these values, and for example in the value is also given RD, which is 2 kilo, and if we find that what is VDS, it is equal to the 11 volt, and because Vs is 0, so VDS is equal to the VDD, it is equal to the 11 volt. And similarly, what is VGS? It is equal to the VGS equal to the VG at that Q point, because Vs is 0, it is minus 2 volt, and similarly Vs is 0. So this is how to find the graphically. Actually graphically in this case we are just finding this current, and remaining parameters are given in the circuits. So this is the fixed bias configuration, and remaining configurations can also be, this is, so self biased configuration. Before going to the some numerical discussion, let's review the self biased configuration. uh, this is a circuit. Again, this circuit is different from the previous one. Actually there are resistance we are adding here across the source terminal, just like the emitter terminal in common meter configuration we use to stabilize the effect. So this is the self stabilize a step bias configuration. It is only due to the factor of the RS. And again, here both capacitors C1 and C2 are connected between the input and the output devices, because we are talking about here is the DC analysis. So a DC analysis purpose, we can replace these capacitors as the open circuits. And again, current through the gate terminal is 0, and so this RG can be replaced by the short circuits. So this is the basic concept uh, behind the self bias configurations. So for the self-biased configuration, uh, from this diagram, this thing shows that in this case, this resistance is existing, and the voltage of the VGS, if we apply the KVL here, we can see that VGS is equal to the minus of the drain current. Actually, drain current is actually equal to the source currents, as we know that drain current is equal to the source current times the resistance. So how to find the VGS? In this case, VGS is dependent on the RS value. So current is controlled by RD, and the voltage across the gate is controlled by the resistance RS. And to solve this one, so let's review this situation. We always select the diode current is less than the maximum value, and the value of the VGS can be calculated by using the RS value. And similarly, point of intersection between the VGS and ID is the Q point, and this Q point can also is the operating point, and the extreme points are the ID maximum current and the VP, which is the pinch of voltage when VGS is 0. And again, is in this case, if RS is fixed, then VP is fixed. If we want to change the value of the VGS, then definitely if we uh, increase the value of VGS are less than the VP value, then definitely it will not work. and at the Q point we find that in the last case that we find that VDS is VDD. Here are only single battery VDD, but in the last case we have VDD and VDD minus ID times RD. But here are another voltage is also subtracting from the whole situation. We can try by using the KVL. ID or IS, which even are the same values, ID times RS. So this is the relation. And similarly, what is the VS? In the last case, source terminal is directly connected with the source, but in this case it is equal to ID times RD RS. And similarly, VD in the last case is VD is equal to VDS, because in that case VS is 0, but in this case it is equal to VDS plus VS. And definitely this thing is equal to, if we find this relation from the above situations, that it is equal to the VDD minus VRD. So these are the important relations we will use to understand the concepts and find the Q points, even by using the graphical if the circuit is given, and also by using the mathematical relations. So next question of the numerical related to the self biased configuration, which is due to the RS value, will be inshallah continue with in the next lecture. In because lecture is already lengthy. So in this lecture, what is the summary? So in this lecture we covered the last portion of the basics of the FETs. Last type is the metal semiconductor field effect transistors, and this is the enhancement n channel MOSFET and n channel depletion MOSFETs, and also summarize the whole concepts and the three types of the field effect transistors, GFETs, MOSFETs, and MOSFETs enhancement as well as in the depletion regions, but for all the n channels. And the next is the DC analysis. In the DC analysis, we start with the introduction and review the fundamental concepts. And the first topic is related to fixed bias configuration. For fixed bias configuration, we required at least two DC sources for DC analysis, and there are two methods to find the drain current and the voltages across the VDS and the source terminals also connected to the ground, so it is 0. But next is the self bias configuration. So fundamental difference between these two is there is only we are using the one DC source for the self bias configuration, and for biasing purpose we are using the resistance RS, which is connected with the source. So that's all up to here. Okay, thank you so much.